Welcome to Into the Mind of a Madman with your host, me, the Madman. We must talk about it. It's affecting me now. They shut down my NBA. They're closing schools. People are wearing masks. Flights are cheap as they ever been. It's mass hysteria out here. We got to talk about the coronavirus. I'm not one who's big on conspiracy theories. It's cool to listen to, if you got time, Everybody know me, I got time. I got time to listen to people's views and takes on a lot of things, especially when it comes to conspiracies, because, sometimes they're interesting. I have my own thoughts on how the coronavirus got to come to be, in a sense, to where it's now pretty much the cause of death of humans, people. But gathering all the facts, not all of the facts, but hearing everybody talk about it, gathering the facts that are out there and spoke on, my thoughts are that we have the coronavirus within us already. Me, you, children, black, white, all that, I hear like black people can't get it. I feel as if we, at some point in time, the coronavirus was available for humans to be host and to be the bearer of that infectious disease, or we were capable of living in it, living with it, living through it, spreading it. This is not the first time we've ever became in contact with the coronavirus. To me, this is pretty much a new strand of coronavirus. Maybe I would say a more lethal dosage to the human immune systems. Right? I would say something like that. It's something more aligned with, how they say we have like the different flu every year, like the flu mutates every year and it's a little strand different. So every year you have to take like they want you to take a flu shot to get you immune to the new flu, you know what I'm saying? I believe this is what this is, right? Now, if it's man-made or it came, because they say it started in China, if it came from Chinese people eating this and that, whatever, I don't know. the way of life and how they live over there. I like that. I can't go into that conspiracy. Like that's just not how my mind works. Although I do believe China is out to in somewhat way. China is the most I could think. Like I want to say, as far as my conspiracy goes, is I believe China likes to depopulate China. Like the China government likes to for depopulation, and I believe like that's why like coronavirus, SARS, all of these strands of infectious diseases that ends up killing a certain amount of people within China, and it starts in China. I believe I don't maybe it's manufactured, but somehow it starts over there and people start dying. I believe they do that every 5 to 10 years or whatever, just to keep population control. That's pretty much how far as my brain goes with the conspiracy theory, right? I say that in truth and in fun, but with that being said, with I found this out through the internet. The human coronavirus is specifically named on the back of Lysol products, right? As it says, it disinfects it, right? You can find that on the back of a Lysol. So that's where the theory or the mindset comes in of we have been in contact with it before. It's not like this brand new, totally new disease. It, for the most part, it would just be a different strand, right? That's the mindset behind that thought. So I believe with us all being in contact with it and us as humans being able to host it and spread it, live with it, as we do the common cold, as we do the flu, as other animals, like, when you cut up chickens or eggs or whatever, you want to make sure you clean off the counter that you're cutting on or your cutting board or whatever, because you don't want to infect other foods with salmonella poisoning, you with salmonella poisoning. You have to clean your chickens and clean your counters off because there's salmonella. Like, we all, as mammals, I believe our bodies we have an immune system, so we come in contact with these diseases and we create immune systems to it. So, our body's immune system creates immunities to these diseases. Just as like when kids are born, they need to come in contact with certain foods and the doctor gives them certain medications so their immune system can start forming to these diseases. So I don't believe it's just this brand new disease. And as we live with these diseases, our body takes form and we learn to live with them, right? I said that. So I say that to say, with the new corona disease, right, being started, as we know, in China. And then, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have all of these new cases. South Carolina got new cases, and now the NBA has a case, and they shut down the whole NBA. And like I said, they're clearing out colleges, and they shut down. It's pretty much touching the world, right? I believe not all of us. All of these new cases are not cases of people coming in contact with people who traveled abroad. You know what I mean? Traveled to China or Italy or whatever European city. Right? All of these cases, it's hard for me to believe that everybody somehow is 6 degree connected. You get what I'm saying? So my only logical thinking would be is it's already within us to some degree. So now, whether it comes out or it manifests itself when we're sick, or you don't actually have to be sick, but we don't go to the doctor to check to see if we have the coronavirus because we're not sick. But now that we're being, like, certain people are being tested, like when you're sick, and they're checking for this specific trait within your system, they're finding it. You know what I'm saying? But it may be a part of the common cold. It may be a part of the common flu. Or, you know, now that this particular disease is highlighted within the way we're living, the doctors are actually checking for these things. Get what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just hard to fathom that. It's hard to fathom that we are now living what seems to be like in an Outbreak movie. Like, I forget the name of the movie, and then, you know, by the end of the movie, it travels back to where, like, the doctor or the guy is in China and he ate a squid or something, or he ate an octopus, and that's how the whole thing started. I forget. It was one of them Outbreak movies, but, you know, it's like, first off, not first off, but one of these points that got to be made is we have to take hygiene serious, or at least the spreading of hygiene, like the spreading of not you taking, the spreading of people not taking hygiene serious and what it spreads. Now, this is my perspective, right? Obviously, as a truck driver, I've been in many a bathrooms. Pretty much every state I touched, I've been in a bathroom. I've been in a bathroom in there are 50 states, 48, like down here, you know, Hawaii and Alaska. Within these 48 states, I've probably been in, I think, 41 or 42. So I've been in about 42 of these states. I've been in every bathroom in every state. I've been in a bathroom in every state, not in every bathroom. And just my observation, I believe it's like a thing for white people to not wash their hands after going to the bathroom. I think they see it, like, to me, it's like they see it as, I'm only gonna wash my hands if somebody else is in the bathroom with me. I don't know, not even that, because I didn't see people, like, I'm not talking about, yeah, I am talking about, now, it's people of every culture who don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. But I'm talking specifically white people at this point. I've seen many. It's like I don't know what it is, part of their culture or how they grew up or what it is, but I've been to I've been in a lot of bathrooms, and not that I'm watching people, but we all watch people in the bathroom, bro. It's just the reality. We all watch people, whether you sitting in at work and you in the break room, and you know the break room is attached to the bathroom or whatever, how it is, or like, and you can hear the toilet flush and you can see the person walk out. You never hear the water running. So it's like when people go to the bathroom, we are all very conscious of what is going on around us. And like I said, I'm no stalker. I'm not really people watching. I'm just very observant, and I believe we all are observant in the bathroom. And we all know, like when we go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom, you you hit the sink, and you notice the dude or the female who don't hit the sink after they're done. Like we're very aware. Like all of us are very aware. That's very common between all of us. I'm not gonna just take this as I'm the only one. Like I'm in the bathroom being a creep. I'm not finna do that. We all gonna take this. All right, but I gotta just say that. But listen, listen. On a politically correct world, right? In a politically correct world, I want to tell you, you could be as dirty as you want to be, right? But if you are around people and you have to touch them, be around them, uh, pass things to them, share things, you could be as dirty as you want to be if you by yourself. But once you get around people and you got to deal with people, you need to clean yourself up. Point blank, period. You can't be sneezing on people. You can't be coughing on people, sneezing on things like computers, and sneezing in your hand and touching the like doorknobs or pins, whatever it is, yo. Be more aware of how you are when you using shared products, when you using shared space. That's what that goes to, because this coronavirus is just it spreads similar to the common cold. It spreads similar to the flu. It's not like this sexual disease where you got to be intimate with somebody or you got to share blood. It's just straight up coughing and sneezing and breathing and your skin flaking on things or whatever it is. But like I said, it's on the back of the Lysol bottle. So it's not just this new disease that's taking over the world that everybody got to figure out. There are, I seen there are scientists in a lab in Italy or in San Diego who already got the cure, but they got to test it out first, and they got to test it on the animals, and they got to have a whole case study testing it on people, certain amount of people, just to make sure it's FDA approved and all of these things. But like I said, I believe if we all went to the doctor right now, not to say everybody is going to have it, but I'm pretty sure probably 40% to 50%, the doctor will be like, yo, you got the coronavirus too. Because I personally believe it's in our blood already. We already been exposed to it. You get what I'm saying? Not necessarily this strand. And when these people are testing positive, right? I don't believe they are testing positive. I'm not a doctor, but I don't believe they're testing positive to the new coronavirus. I believe they're testing positive to the coronavirus itself. Like the new strand, you may not particularly have, but you have the coronavirus in you. Like I don't. That's just my beliefs. Is it's too many things adding up to. It's too many things adding up to what I believe to be right, and it's not enough things adding up to what they're telling us. I just don't think this. I don't think this is the same coronavirus strand that's in China that all these Americans are testing positive to, because it's like when I listen to the news, right? People are saying, "Yo, like in Washington, I believe somebody died of old age or they were sick." You know, they were saying like when your immune system is compromised already, that's when it's kind of is leading to death, right? It's like those people in Washington or the people in New York, all of them ain't necessarily travel to China or travel overseas to come in contact with some people. You get what I'm saying? Rudy Gobert, he's been playing in the NBA the last week or so. You know, the NBA season's been going on since October. I don't know when the last time he's been over there. I don't know if his family came over here or because I think he's from overseas. But what I'm trying to say is the contact. I heard some people I don't know if it was Washington or North Carolina, Washington State or North Carolina. It was somewhere on the news like I was getting back to. I'm gonna get back to. They said they got in contact with some elderly people. These elderly people didn't travel nowhere. I don't think nobody came to see them from out of town. And like, there's just too many cases popping up across the U.S. and all of these different states to have that disease come hit everybody on all these individual pockets. I believe they are specifically looking for this and they're finding it because it already exists within us. But, you know, I guess I should say don't panic, right? Don't panic. And, you know, like I said, I'm not the one to say this is a black or white thing or black people can't get it. I don't really know what's going on. But I just know my brain is telling me that somebody is not telling us something. There's some CDC people out here. There's some doctors out here who know the real, and somebody is purposely making the people believe that this is a bigger life threatening situation than it really is. I don't believe this is, you know, people go to the doctors every day with a fever and a cold. I have a young daughter. I know my wife likes to bring her to the doctor anytime she's sick. And I know all the new parents and they new babies, and you know how many babies are born in a particular day, a month, a year, across the world. All of them, as soon as the baby can't doesn't have an appetite, they can't stop crying, or you can't get them to stop crying, you bringing them to the doctor, and they might have an ear infection, they might have whatever, fever, and all of these particular things. Listen, it's people who's being diagnosed with a lot of things every day. There's people who are dying from a lot of different cancers and heart disease and diabetes and all of these health issues are being presented to people every single day. And I've never seen a reaction like this. And I just wonder why that is. You know what I'm saying? Like we went through this with SARS, and we went through this when anthrax was going through the mail. We went through this with the bird flu, or the one with the mosquitoes. I don't know, yo. We went through a whole lot of things, and you know the scare was a little bit there, and people was, you know what I mean, taking precautions, but we never seen, like, it's literally like the Outbreak movie where it's just everybody's finna die right now. It's just like I don't know what the agenda is behind this, and I just feel like there is, because the amount of people dying from this disease compared to the amount who's infected by this disease, it's hard. It's just, I mean, I know it's like, we don't probably track the numbers like we supposed to, right? Because we're so used to the common cold. We're so used to the flu. Well, we still track the number of new patients, new AIDS patients, new cancer patients. Like, you know, you will find those numbers out there, right? And I don't think like this coronavirus is just that much of a standout at this point, right? I don't know why they choose to focus on it so heavily. Because, like I said, I feel like the main basis of this point that I wanted to make was the fact that a human coronavirus can be found on the back of a Lysol, like on the what it prevents or what it disinfects. It's just like I said, it's just a very strong point, because it tells me that we've seen this before. It tells me that this may be a particular strand, but the actual body of it is this. You get what I'm saying? It's not like this whole new disease that we gotta find a name for, and we gotta find all of these cures, and we gotta look to the edge of the earth, because, you know what I'm saying, like, we gotta find a leaf somewhere off the east coast of Australia in the desert, You know what I'm saying? I just wonder what's the agenda behind it. Because I've never seen it go this far. And it seems like, to me, that every 5 years, to take China out of it, but I know it seems how it always starts over there, but to take China out of it, it just seems like there's an agenda trying to being pushed. I don't think it's a chemical warfare. I don't think it's that. But listen, they shut down the NBA. That's why I'm really kind of tight right now. They shut down the NBA. This is going too far. I thank y'all for riding with me, man. These just my thoughts.